Let's see here. So, hopefully, we are live, and this is just getting started. Um, Great. Going to give everybody kind of an opportunity to go ahead and jump in today. Thank you for dialing in from wherever you are. It means so much to me. This is the DOYO Live Marketing Show. My name is Dennis Schiraldi. I am the founder of DOYO Live, the only digital marketing interactive design conference, any conference, marketing conference, actually for that matter, in Youngstown, Ohio. So thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate the fact that you're taking the time out of your busy Friday. It is a casual Friday, and I'm playing a little bit hurt today, but that's what the great ones do. They wake up and they get after it regardless. I ran 8 miles in Mill Creek Park yesterday, getting back into my running habit, and then woke up this morning. My 3 little rugrats, I think, have passed something along to me that is causing me to have the sniffles. So if I've got that raspy FM DJ voice today, just settle in and dial on in. So we want to talk about 3 things today. A lot of good stuff going on. It's obviously been a long, draining, emotional week on social media. And we got to talk about the big white elephant in the room. That happens to be the presidential election that took place, actually the elections in general. Hopefully you exercised your right and your freedoms on this Veterans Day to get out and exercise your right to vote. That's the most important thing, because everything that preceded itself after that event on Tuesday, everything that these veterans have done for us gave you the right to go to social media, and whether you were for or against or complaining or congratulating, whatever that was, we thank you, veterans. I have a ton of veterans in my family, my father, my grandfathers, all of my uncles. Thank you for the duties and the services that you provided to us to give us our freedoms so that we can be here today on social media and be talking to you about these different things. So that's pretty awesome stuff. If you do get an opportunity, I would highly recommend too that you go back to Google and go to Google Trends and type in election day, and you'll get to see some very interesting statistical data that has nothing to do with rhetoric of opinion. It's all based upon data and what people were piling into search for about the past year and a half heading into the election last week. Again, thanks so much for jumping in as we build this audience today. My name is Dennis Schiraldi. I'm the founder of DOYO Live, and the second thing we want to talk about, we actually have 2 more things to talk about, moving on from Veterans Day. The second thing we're going to talk about is Small Business Saturday, and then we're also going to get in the call for speakers for DOYO Live in 2017. Very exciting stuff. So Small Business Saturday, for those of you that do not know exactly what it is and how to take advantage of it, was started essentially in a small town outside of Boston, Massachusetts back in 2010. American Express backed and sponsored the event to try and get small business owners the opportunity in the brick and mortar environment to compete with major retailers, the big box stores, the day after or 2 days after the mad rush of Thanksgiving coming up, Black Friday as all the stores open up and people make the mad bum rush for the stores to go buy product. And then Saturday has now been dubbed as Small Business Saturday. So it's a really great opportunity for small businesses, especially in the brick and mortar and in the retail space, to be able to take advantage of that particular day. So one of the things I'm going to talk to you about is a couple ways that as a small business you can take advantage of it. And the first and foremost, and not to disappoint you, because it's not too late. I just want to preface that. But this is why you have a social media strategy 365 days a year. Because you want to build that audience throughout the course of the year through Instagram, maybe it's Facebook, wherever you got critical mass, and you build that audience. And you're building that audience for these specific types of events like Small Business Saturday, the retail season, those sorts of things. It's kind of like the Little Red Hen fable. Anybody remember the Little Red Hen? She was kind of, I don't remember exactly, but she was running around and everybody was gathering and storing nuts for the winter. And she was supposed to be doing that, but that didn't end up happening. And then winter hits and then it was like a big mess. That's like what social media marketing is. Social media marketing is building up your audience, build up your email list. So when it comes time to be able to attract you've got the critical mass and you've got the eyeballs. So the second thing to do is to start with the why. People really buy into why you do what you do. And as a small business owner, I think it's incredibly imperative to be able to tell the story, not about the products necessarily that you sell in the store, or even the what about the products, but it's the why. Why did you get into small business? Is it been a family-owned operation? Be willing to share and be transparent with some of the struggles that you face as a small business. You obviously, it's very difficult to go up against the big box stores, but you've got agility. Those big box stores are going to have to go through all sorts of regulatory and legal type of things in order to be able to put out any sort of marketing information. The second thing that they can't do that you can as a small business owner is manage your local environment with social media. Big box stores do this at the enterprise level up here, but they don't necessarily do a very good job of it at the local level. So start with the why. Why do you have a small business? Why are you in it? That's the story that is going to resonate with a lot of people that are in the community and are going to want to come out and support you. And this is going to come as a big surprise to everybody as well. I get typecasted as a digital marketing person, which I love digital, but digital gives me the opportunity to cross the chasm because that's where the eyeballs are. Remember, 80 to 90% of all buying decisions start with online search. This gives me the opportunity to get eyeballs to the content and then take it into the real world, right? Off digital, in person, sit down, cross face to face. So don't just rely upon digital. Start with the pre. Maybe you're going to draft up some posters, some flyers, some things like that. Post-it cards. If you go to, there's a couple online sites, you could just type them in Google. Social Prints is one of them. You can make these really cool little button type of cards with your business. Disseminate them into other businesses, into coffee shops, and don't be afraid to take the old school print approach. So many eyeballs are on digital. But it's also very important, I think, as well, to make sure that you are, in fact, integrating both the digital and the direct strategy. The second thing I would do is I would look for a cluster of businesses that are around my brick and mortar store. So if you're in a plaza with a bunch of other businesses, it's a great opportunity for you to go to collaborate with those other businesses. Maybe there's a fitness place, a restaurant, a coffee shop, a financial person, an insurance person, and maybe all of you have something that you can help gain from the other individuals. And if you do that, it's kind of a cross-promotional tactic. Not only do you do that through your direct strategy and engage those individuals, because if they can all try and drive some critical mass, it will help with your audience. But then also what you want to do, and this just isn't on Small Business Saturday, you also want to make sure that you go and grab each other's social media profiles and endorse one another. When somebody in that plaza makes a post on Facebook or on Instagram, like, share, and comment, and have that conversation and have that relationship with that as well. The other thing that I would recommend that you do is on social media, again, coming back to it, just don't make it about your products. Make it about your business. Make it about why you have invested into the local community to get people to bi-directionally invest in you. I would look at doing some sort of online promo as well. Maybe on your print poster and also on your online marketing strategy, you drop some sort of promo code that needs to be utilized in store that day. Again, this is why you're churning out content on a regular basis, 364 days a year, so you could build your email list. As you build your email list starting from pretty much today all the way up until Small Business Saturday, probably one time a week, you want to be sending out that messaging that basically reminds people that you are running some sort of promotional strategy for Small Business Saturday. To be quite frank with you, I was actually going to do a Small Business Saturday workshop. But there's a couple challenges in my business. Number one is the fact that a workshop 2 days after Thanksgiving isn't necessarily where the eyeballs and the mindset are for people wanting to invest into their marketing strategy. But the second thing too, why it's a challenging day, looking ahead at the calendar, is that Ohio State plays Michigan, and you know that in Northeast Ohio, so many people in that mindset are going to be watching that game. But if you're a services type of business as well, insurance, financial, so forth and so on, you could take advantage, just like I am today, of going into Small Business Saturday to give away some information that the brick and mortar stores can ultimately benefit from. So here's the thing. Here's why this works, and here's why Black Friday works, and here's why so many people rush the stores and there's Cyber Monday, and you have all these events tucked in with Small Business Saturday, because it's basically the fear of missing out, FOMO. So we're afraid that we're going to be able to miss out on this huge savings. Maybe it's the inventory. Maybe you only have 5 products left. So that's why you want to get out there and you want to promote the fact that you either have a promo code that's only going to be running maybe that particular day. Maybe you're going to give somebody 10, 20, 50, $100 off. I always like to do things like inventory giveaways. So let me explain. In my business, my inventory is up here when the hamster is running on the wheel, and I could give away free advice. In some industries, like places that are apartment rental places, they have inventory with beds. And typically what they can do is they can give away 1 month rent for free in order to be able to get the exchange for the other 11 months. You'll see that with consultants all the time. They're willing to give up 30 minutes or 60 minutes of their time in order to be able to provide you with some guidance and get your story, and that's how they go about doing that. From a brick and mortar perspective, I think you have to look at your lower end items that at cost and your higher end items. So if I have some inventory that I can give something to somebody in exchange for a major purchase, I would be potentially willing to do that from a promo perspective. So if you're in the coffee mug business and you were to give away, sell 5 coffee mugs, you get the 6th one for free. Something of that nature. So if you've got an inventory exchange that is a lower end item, you could utilize that and leverage that against higher end items. And then you just basically come back and you integrate that into your social media strategy. And so that I look at it that from that perspective, and I also look at that on your email perspective as well. So the other thing is that people kind of will start to ask me about is what social media is. What types of social media do you think work? Well, first of all, I think you have to do your research, and I think that you have to figure out where your audience is playing. But with that said, without even having done any research, I would look at 3 very specific social media platforms right now for Small Business Saturday. Facebook, of course, number one. It's become the Microsoft of social media platforms. It's competing with all other social media platforms. 1 in 4 to 5 views of the internet go through Facebook. At the end of the day, I don't care that there's 1.7 billion people on Facebook, but what I do care from a brick and mortar business or anybody in a regional location is how many people in that regional location are looking at information on Facebook. I would also set aside anywhere between $200 to maybe $500 going into Small Business Saturday in order to be able to promote and grab the attention. Facebook is obviously limited at this point, and we know that there's a bunch of minions in the background, not some fancy mathematic algorithm that's allowing us to see organic traffic. A Facebook contest is a great opportunity to be able to drive awareness and engagement and capture the mind share of people. But when you go to Facebook, it now coaches you through the option, especially if you're a local business, of saying, here's how many people are near your business within a 1 to 3 to 5 mile radius at a certain time of the day. And it will serve them up ads and information based upon that. I would not just rely upon static video. Static video or static posts with high-end pictures. I would absolutely, positively do what I'm doing right now. And that is I would record some video about being real, being authentic. Look, I could dress up a very varnished marketing, video on how to do things. But I like the realness and the authenticity and connecting with people through this medium just like this, because this is the nature of what I'm doing. I would encourage you to just go and make a very authentic Small Business Saturday promo video of why you invested into the local community, into the local economy, and what it means when people in the community support local businesses. And I would take that video and I would post that with a call to action to say, stop by on Saturday, November 26th, which is Small Business Saturday, and I would actually pay money to get eyeballs to that content. And get as many people as you can to engage with that particular item. Not a bad idea to run a promo code within that. This way people can claim that. They can come into your business and do that. The second thing I would do is I would absolutely positively, if you're not on Instagram, I would go to Instagram. I think there's huge engagement. I think there's huge advantage to being in the Instagram space, especially for a small business in the community. Make sure that you're building your audience through best practices with liking, sharing, and commenting on other posts, hashtagging it, and again, utilizing that as a way to engage people to come in. Behind the scenes pictures look really great. You could take a high-end photo of a product, and then after you take the high-end photo of that product, you can absolutely positively take that picture out of Instagram and you could repurpose that through all of your other social media platforms. It's a fantastic, it's just a fantastic platform that I absolutely love, that I highly encourage a lot of people in the small business world to get on. And the third one, it depends. This depends, but I absolutely think that Snapchat is a totally cool environment. It's obviously very difficult to build your audience because it doesn't have the same viral nature as Facebook or Instagram, and there's not a lot of sharing and you have to actively promote it. But when you do, the engagement levels are huge. The other thing I love about Facebook, especially for a Small Business Saturday promotion, if you've already got the Snapchat audience, run a promo code that's really, really engaging and interesting, and maybe a high-level giveaway. And the reason is that you want to do that on Snapchat is because it goes away. So now you've got this sense of urgency that you know that it's expiring, you know that it's ticking, and you could absolutely take advantage of that. So anyway, those are my tips on taking advantage of Small Business Saturday. If you need some more ideas, inbox me. Let's set some time up to chat. That's what I'm here for. And before I jump into DOYO Live Call for Speakers in 2017, I want to give a small business shout out of the week to my girl Gordy at Gordy's Sandwich Shop in Boardman, Ohio at Creekside. She is not paying for any sort of advertisement, so let me be perfectly clear. She did come to the marketing conference. She won me over through my stomach to my heart, and I love her dearly for everything that she's doing out in Boardman, Ohio. If you've not been and you wanted to get some of the most amazing food, hashtag foodie, hashtag amazing, hashtag porchetta sandwich, hashtag just absolutely fantastic stuff, get out there, support Gordy. Her sandwich shop is just killing it. She's making some incredible food. If you're a foodie, if you're not, I'm telling you, it is amazing, amazing stuff. So I'm going to move on from that. Now that you're all hungry and we're approaching lunchtime, here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about DOYO Live Call for Speakers is now live on the DOYO Live website. This was initially opened up exclusively to our email subscribers and our loyal fan base and the people that came to DOYO Live in 2016. Right now, we are trying to attract some of the top talent in marketing, in business, in sales, and design to come and speak at DOYO Live in 2017. If you just go to www.doyolive.com, click on the call for speakers, you can then get to the link and it will tell you everything you need to know. The event next year is going to be August 3rd, 2017. So here's why it's a great idea for you if you're in that space or you're a small business to speak. Number one, it's an opportunity for you to position yourself and your expertise as a thought leader in the community in Youngstown, Ohio, and the broader community as well. We will make sure that as you come in to talk, you can contribute to our blog strategy. We'll talk about you on these Facebook Lives. We'll include you in the email. So there's a ton of promotion that comes along for you and your business by participating in speaking at DOYO Live. So you're going to get eyeballs to you and to your business. And whether you're a marketing expert or not, and you're just talking about marketing concepts and it's based upon the business that you're representing, remember, people are going to come back and they're going to want to investigate your business. So it makes a lot of sense. Number two, if you're a marketing agency, we had our arms open wide last year to every marketing agency in Youngstown, Ohio. We want you to come be an expert, speak at the event. If you could bring a client along to participate in a co-presentation, that would be even better. We want to raise the competency level of people in marketing in the Youngstown, Ohio area, and you play a big role in this. Excuse me. Again, whether you're in a B2B or B2C environment, it's going to be a great way for you to get your name out there. Remember, our audience, 225 people that came last year to DOYO Live, almost 5,000 people in the email list. The majority of these people are either marketing or business owners. There's a huge advantage to the fact that we have an audience of marketing people, because as you disseminate information to marketing people and they have a wonderful, great experience, they're the more than likely the social beings that are not only going to do the word of mouth marketing, but also take to social media as well. So keep that in mind. You also get 2 tickets to the event. And that's going to be a great opportunity for you to come and network, come in, whether it's a job, whether it's your next business deal or business development. And then again, last but not least, ongoing marketing promotion throughout the course of the year about the presentation that you're going to be given, included in the content marketing strategy. And just so that you know, we have been delivering since just about last March, 80,000 impressions online each month through our website, through email, through social media. That's a lot of eyeballs, and that's a lot of very focused, very niche focused, engaged individuals. So in any case, I wholeheartedly appreciate everybody that jumped on today. This is completely awesome that you've taken the time to sit around, and I am appreciative of everybody that's here. Every time that you like something that we post onto Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, across the entire board, read our blog, open our emails. We know that you have a lot of options out there. And if there's anything that I can ever do for any one of you, just inbox me. Let's have a great conversation about marketing. In the meanwhile, thank you, veterans, once again for all that you do. Very appreciative of that. And last but not least, everybody